Everybody, I want to welcome you into my wood shop, which is not in my wood shop. I am in my dining room. So essentially, one of those honey-do lists was to take the top of this hutch and make it more stable, so she can put some knickknacks and stuff like that here. So we're just going to make a unit here. I started drawing this out on the whiteboard downstairs. Then I got up here and I'm like, let's just draw some more. Why not? It's fun. So, well, you can see the project is quite simple. We're just going to make some cleats, some strips that are going to be at this angle to receive the shelf. Wow, that's easy. It was harder to draw this thing out, my friends. All right, so let's go on downstairs and excuse the view. We're just going to focus on the drawing for now. All right, so going down to the wood shop. So this is part 2. I started to learn to do this type of thing, drawing things out in Israel. In Israel, I learned stuff like this. So at any rate, here we go. So we started the project out over here. We just whiteboarded it, so hey, look at my hutch. But then I started to look at it and like, check that out. So I asked somebody who didn't see this drawing and knew what I was doing, what it was, and they said it was a piano. Not bad. Kind of looks like a piano. All right, I am moving rather quick here, so I'm sorry about that. So what we're going to do now is we want to make these strips, but I want to replicate the angle for that, right? So we have our trusty angle replicator. I'm sure that's not the technical name for this, but my friends, it works for me. All I got to do is bring it down to my saw, lean it here, and angle my blade. So that's kind of done. Ooh, let's tweak that just a little bit. And while we're not making a piano here, I'm sure you've heard that. Hey, just cut that out. When I was working with a crew, construction crew many years ago, I was so meticulous as the cut guy. And I learned that back in the 90s. We're not making a piano, Steve. So there you go. So I just basically need to come and replicate that angle against this wood. So let's go ahead and do that. I think I'll have this as the top. So we'll go ahead and we'll pick out what the tops are going to be to receive it. That works for me there. All right, so then we're going to do this and maximize the cut here. All right, so let's move that over just a little bit. Not too much. We're going to have issues. All right. That'll do it, my friends. All right, so very, very carefully come through here and create that angle. Let's come out a little bit more. I mean, honestly, it just needs to be a little bit up near the end there. So let's go for that. All right. So we're just going to feed that through and cut that off. All right. And we got to always think about how we're going to push that through to the end, right? So that we don't have an injury. So we'll push it through to here, and then we panic, right? Then we lose all our fingers. So we're going to, they actually make the micro jig, which is over there. That for these types of operations, but I don't know that this might be a little bit too high for that, and honestly I just don't want to stop everything I'm doing to achieve that. So all right, let's just push it through. All right, so I would rather nick my little push stick than nick my fingers. So that's what we did there. All right, so again, really, so now we can take these angled pieces and we can set them. This one would go on this side, facing you. So now I can just lean that right against the side of that angled trim. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pin gun, take some beads of glue, and just like this. So what I'll end up doing, really, with these, hopefully I'm moving slow enough, my friends, I'll just take these pieces and just cut them up into smaller pieces so that I can strategically place them along the area, right? So that's no big deal. Then we have to get this guy here cut. I have that all set. Where did I put these? I needed those a few minutes ago. So obviously use air protection, eye protection, all those types of things when you're working with power tools. Okay, so you're probably wondering how I replicated the angle. I mentioned it earlier. I simply just took this unit, quite old, pretty cool, and you just loosen the knob here. I like this one because the knob is actually out of your way. I have another one of these somewhere, and it might be just on display for now because oddly enough they didn't leave you enough room, so this comes out of your way. I don't have the exact circumstance at the moment, but at any rate, so they made this one correct. All right, so I just set that down on the top of the unit, replicated the unit, and then just drop this against my blade. Voila, done. So that's that. Now, in theory, and I think I'll do it, I could take that same angle and put it onto this board. I think I'm going to do that for sure. So I'll take this over there next, and we'll take care of that there. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and do that. Sorry for the moving around. By the way, the coffee's awesome. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Don't have the room behind me. My new rule is I don't ever want to have to move anything, and so I just broke my own rule. Okay, so let's bring this over. Nice thing about these projects, my friends, is again, we're not making a piano here. It's quite okay not to be incredibly accurate for this type of project. All right, let's go. We probably want to put an outfeed table for sure. And this is too high to carry out that operation. So let's come over here and just set one of these guys up real quick. These really come in handy, my friends. You definitely want to get a couple of these I don't have the room in my shop to have a custom outfeed table. So I use these guys. Of course, they're so portable, you could take them outside. Take them anywhere you need to take them, really. So make sure I can push through and have the coverage on the outside. That's your 5th hand, right? Okay, one of my subscribers out in the other side of the country is going to be starting his own YouTube channel on, I'll leave them to talk about it, but things that I don't do. So stay tuned for that. Things like cleaning guns and working on cars. Remember, my friends, never reach over a blade. Only imagine what can happen if you lose your grip or something like this, right, my friends? Alright, cool. That'll sit in there just nice on the sides. That way I could possibly get off a bead of glue. Put it in there, it'll rest against the wood. So that'll be cool. So really, this is the project. Sorry to disappoint you. It's not really all that exciting. But, you know, I could have very simply just put a block of wood here and a block of wood on this side and just, really honestly, just set this on top of it. But so instead, let's just go to the next steps, and we'll be making the hutch that much stronger by including this into the structure of the top of the hutch. All right, this is part 2. Let's say it now, part 2 of whatever we called something the hutch. So there we go. Thanks for tuning in to SE Custom Designs. Please subscribe to my channel if you like what you see. You never know what you're going to learn. The tricks of the trade. Some things we just take for granted in the shop, don't we? We just do it. But that's what it's all about. So the beginners and so on and so forth. Just welcome to my channel, to SE Custom Designs. We love the wood shop. We like to get things done. Take care. We do 1 video a week, by the way, or more. So just wanted to let you know that. Thanks. Bye.